Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith of the Smiths in the Black channel here at Ticker Tacker with the Strat Time Report. And when you're hot, you're hot. So, you may recall me mentioning yesterday that maybe you should go back and watch the Strat Attack show from Tuesday night, right? That would have helped you got in on those rippers yesterday, right? It also would have gotten you in on this one. Let's take a look. QDEL, baby. Inside weak to the downside here. You'll see in the upper middle the inside weak break. Did we talk about that? We've talked about it all week ever since it broke, right? And so here, the break was here below 232.51, all right? So you already had plenty in this thing on the daily before this happened. 232.51, trading 148.53. Thank you, Rob. Very nice one there. All right, so anyway, we can still go back to the well. A little bit different here of a mix today because SPY, you can see this on the daily here. The upper middle, the upper left, it's just a doji day, right? And so what you're going to see is the chop back and forth lower left, right? So if you go to 15, you're going to see it going back and forth, price discovery style, right? And so what you're going to see here, let me blow this up for you. Right, we're still good on the longer term, weekly and monthly, right? And the daily is still a 2 up, but you've got a little more price discovery starting in here, right? They're not as certain as what they want to do as they were yesterday. So you can see this bar here in the 15, outside bar, right? Then it pokes up, boom, 3, 2, 2 reversal to become an outside bar of that. Now we'll see if they keep going back and forth. If you go to the Qs here, and you can see this here, the outside bar here. Pokes up and boom, right here comes right back through. And so you can see this higher high, lower low broadening formation as price discovery starts over again up in here, right? Which is not uncommon when you get things ripping the way they have. So we'll see how that continues to play out. Also, it's important to know what not to be trading on a day like today, all right? And so when they're forming inside days, as opposed to yesterday, here, Netflix. Oops. Netflix, inside day. Facebook, inside day. See the difference? Okay, we like nice long red and green bars. We also have the VXX as they run to buy some put protection coming up here. So it looks like they're getting, not that they're totally scared here, but that just all that means is that it would be wise for some fund managers who've got some nice gains in here to buy some put protection, and that's what you're seeing here. It's not people oftentimes confuse the VIX going up or with a down market, and that's not necessarily so. The VIX goes down in a boring market when nobody feels like they need to protect anything. But after some of these runs, people feel like they got to protect some stuff. So one of the things I talk about to make things real simple for you is I talk about watching the gap list that I tweet out in the morning at Robin the Black, and then all you have to do is watch 30s and 60s. And so if you were watching the DraftKings, right, the DraftKings, and if you go to the 60, news came out, it was a little quick, but you would know to be in the right neighborhood, right? So you've got this, gaps down, comes back up, boom, inside 60 and takes off here above 38.67. Nice little trade there. You got Peloton here, gaps up, inside 60 to the downside, and breaks here below 70.33, trading 68.64. Two very simple trades if you just know what to look for, and that's what we try and get you to see there. Because the thing about it, this thing takes 2 hours to set up. How do you miss that? And so what you want to do is hopefully your 60-minute bar is updating at the bottom of the hour so it looks like mine. Otherwise, it won't look like that. But what you want to do if you're just watching the 60s is 20 minutes after the hour, look through those 60s, and what do you see? And right in here, you would have seen this plain as day, right there, inside bar, and you would have seen the DraftKings as well. We had a lot of the TikTok news, not TikTok news. There's got Microsoft, and so Microsoft just goes blasting into the highs. And if you go to the 15, you're going to see this on the opening, this outside bar hammer, right? And so that's a range extension. They took out both sides, and then boom, comes through here. Then you get another inside 15 to the upside. Now trying to stall out a little bit, and that's like on a day like today, we're going to be changing gears every hour. You hear me talk about the flip and the new hours and stuff like that? We're changing gears watching stuff like this, right? Because now you Tesla, and you can see the difference on the 60 here. Tesla has been going up. Remember here, upper left. Did we talk about this one? We did. The outside, inside, up, and still up, right? So then we mine the 60 to see if it's going to keep going. So right now, if you're just watching the 60 and know what a reversal looks like, albeit still green on other time frames, 60 is a major time frame, so and there's plenty of meat on them bones to scalp this thing, right? Below 2231.53, right? And it's still dropping right now, so there's plenty of room to scalp that. And then when you get another 60, you can still take this thing long over the course of the day. If we go to Shake Shack, and the Shake Shack now coming into it, you can see bright green. We'll see if that comes up, because we had Powell on this morning and he was getting some of these financials going, like Morgan Stanley now kind of stalling out. It was Goldman Sachs, Capital One. So a lot of these things, like I said, they start off good and they start changing gear. Capital One's still hanging there. Right now we're losing these futures, and so this is what I talk about watching these 60s here. Right now you're taking out that 60 low here, SPY. Q's outside bar to the downside, just like that Microsoft to the upside. Now it's an outside bar expansion to the downside. So Q's are bad below this. 291.50. Now, if you can get back in there, we'll talk. But below that, you got problems. Now, the thing that would be good is if you can take this high out in the next hour. But for right now, below that, you got a few problems in there. Oops, almost lost my sheet. If we go to, let's see here. Yeah, we started off Walmart. And Walmart with the TikTok news, and you can see this in the upper left, right? What do we talk about? The pivot machine gun. Anybody short this thing, gonna be short against that, and that. And so if you look at the weekly here in the upper middle, all right, you're gonna see it pokes down and then turns green here. And we know outside bars exist. When this thing started running, we're going outside week, just so you know. Did we know about that? We sure did. And it might be a little quick for you, but here you can see on the 5-minute, the up, the down, the inside right there, right? And then this here's 2 up, 2 down, continuation. So we'll see what comes of that. Right now, we're still losing these futures, right? We're still losing these futures right now. Tesla's still coming in. We had some problem. Trying to get you some upside here, but right now the downside is taking over. Time we got here about halfway through. Burl having a nice day here, and you can see this inside week. I'm saying BL. Inside week to the upside. We can look for further signals in there, but let's get to the puking because we're starting to do a little puking. How about overstock? And so one of the things you want to look for is combinations, all right? And so here, if you go to the daily, upper left, the 2 down, the 2 up, boom, that's a continuation pattern that I've talked about since I've been here. That kicks in below 106.75, right? And so when that works, if you go to the 30-minute, you're going to see it down here. You're going to see an inside 30 here, 192.40. Another one right now, below 93.67, still working. And we like to look at those, the Rev Strat setup here. Inside 15 pokes up, boom, down she goes, and it's doing it here again. You see this? Inside bar, poke up, boom, to take the 30. And what that does, and I said, if this works, what will that create? Look at the weekly. Do you see this as an inside bar? Do you see it going to the upside and then reversing here below 99.42? That's where you get a little more juice. Now we're looking to see if we can come all the way back through here. Real nice stuff over there. We had crude coming in here earlier and then rallying back. And so crude was just getting hit here in the 15. You're going to see this inside 15 down, inside 15 down. And then to the rally back here, right? This is what you look for. The 2 down, taking out the low, and boom, there's your reversal. Now we'll see if that sets up again. Peloton going to the lows as I speak, and with the energy, we just got slow bleed outs in like Amerada Hess, and you got some refiners like MPC starting to tank here with the full time frame continuity to the downside. You've got PSX. Let's take a look at that. There you go, starting to tank a little bit more, all red. So all those guys still having some problems. If we go to more from the StratoTac EXAS, now it's starting to firm up here and here. But one of the things that we're looking for about when the market comes in a little bit is anything taking out last month's lows. This is a 2-2 reversal to the downside of the monthly, right? And if you go to the weekly upper middle, you're going to see that's continuing as well. VIR, did I talk about that on Tuesday night? I definitely did. And here it was the inside week to the downside here that broke below 49.46, trading 40.40. That's not bad. And you can see here in the upper left, inside day for the continuation. Not bad. Now you're sitting there inside 60. We'll see if more comes of that. And if you go to the monthly, now we're looking to go outside month, like the Cudel puke. I know, not totally dying here, but it is taking this day to the downside here in the upper left, right? And we've already known about that. Why? Because of the reversal on the month here, below 1835, trading 1174, and now the continuation inside week to the downside. I know. They were trying to run some of them pandemics this morning, but we know who doesn't usually make it. Boeing. Here you go. When Boeing goes up, and once again, if you just watched your inside 60, 60 back down, puke or Boeing. We got W coming in. W, and W, you're going to see this. Upper left. What is this? Inside bar, pokes one side, boom, comes right back through, and that sets up potential for the outside weaker here or compound for next week. Still green on the month, but we're running out of month. And once again, all you gotta do is look at the inside 60 right here. Ready? Boom. Boom. Short. Add. Good to go. All right. We got F5 having some problems here too. F5. Inside month in the lower middle. Pokes up, stops him out. RevStrat month right here. Below 132.93 and still puking. All right, so we'll see how that sets up. A little fast on the 60. You get anything in the 30s? Ooh, the 2230 right here to start the day. Maybe a 15er. This is inside. It's going inside and down right now. Right now. See that? Inside bar. Still going. All right, if we go to SMH and semiconductors here, you can see these things. And semis got smoked on the opening. And now you can see this. The outside inside 60 down. Right there, right? Do you see that? And so that's, lost my sheet here, 1 second. And you'll see stuff like Corvo, inside 60. And that's one of the good things is when you can see the sectors, right? Then you can follow along because Corvo is also, what's this? That's an inside day to the downside, right? It is. So we already knew about that. And if that works, it's going to trigger this upper middle, weekly lower. Boom, boom, boom. And it's going to change that monthly back red. Is that something you would want to know about? It totally is. All right. Let's see if I got my wrong sheet. Oh, well. There we go. Let's see. I think also still trading fawn is Big C. And Big C, not doing too much today, but if you can go to like just pick your 30, like a nice little inside 30 here, and that's below 141.78. That's $9. That's not too bad, right? Also got OSUR coming in, and we'll see what comes of that. Once again, outside week. Now goes outside month, and now just kind of sitting down there. Tractor Supply, we've lost a few retailers here, and Tractor Supply coming down. And you see, once again, once it starts getting smoked like this, here, there's your 15er, right in here. We're looking for the outside day, upper left. And if that continues, what's going on here in the weekly? Coming in on an outside week. So, once again, all my vids here are free. It's Smith in the Black channel here at Ticker Talker. I would go take a look. You can see the kind of moves that you can get once you know these things, right? It's not that hard, right? It's very repetitive, and it's not that hard. So, I hope everybody has a good rest of the day. That's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith in the Black channel here at Ticker Talker with the Strat Time Report.